Before we get started, if you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let us explain.
Anchor has the tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast straight from your phone or computer.
When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more.
It is everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
And best of all, Anchor is totally free.
Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hi there. It probably sounds like I'm in the shower, but that's because I am. I've had a lot on my plate lately, and I've just started crossing, my different tasks and doing them at the same time. So I'm recording this one in the shower. But it'd be awesome if I could do the podcast full time. So if you'd like, you could always donate and help us out. Get us one step closer to doing this full time. And then I don't have to do these intros from the shower anymore. Also, we're doing an episode. That's your choice. You guys pick. So go to @S4M Podcast on Twitter and Instagram and DM us. What topics do you want to hear? Additionally, you can always rate us. Give us 5 stars if you like the show. I think that's all. I'm going to wash my majestic beard now. But until next time, keep on searching and enjoy the episode.
Welcome back to another with your host
George?
Dan?
Gabe.
and Link.
Why did you disconnect? You're still here
why
in the
did-
studio
you're-
with
yeah,
us.
you're in the-
I don't know. I was inspired. It was a very rousing speech. It was a good intro.
Link, what's going on with your connection there?
Oh, I honestly think it's AT&T's fault. They don't have good service around where I live. So I think I'm going to be disconnecting in and out from the episode. Apologies.
We will hear the disconnection. You will not, because he's recording on his end. So if we sound confused and you're like, "Oh, Link is there," yeah, it's because you're not listening to the call.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Oh, so
Yeah.
when you said you weren't referring to
you,
me.
the viewers.
You were
No,
referring to the
I
viewers.
looked at the camera.
Oh,
I looked
okay.
at the camera.
Oh.
And I mean, are you looking
I
at
can't even
me?
see
I'm
the
No,
the
I
camera.
camera.
looked at the camera to my
Yeah,
left.
no. Yeah, I was looking at you,
Oh, okay.
looking at him,
Yeah,
looking at me.
looking at the camera.
Yeah. Maybe we should provide some context for why Link's on the call.
I am legally contracted to be here. I tried getting out of this episode. Unfortunately, I have contacted. Is it
No,
contacted?
contracted.
Contract.
Contracted.
No, contracted. That's yeah.
Oh, that's what he's trying to say.
COVID. I contracted COVID, so I can't be with the guys. I'm still positive. I mean, I wasn't going to be with Danny because Danny's in another place.
And I don't think contractually
But-
Dan can get COVID.
No,
Yeah.
that's it. I'm the
Yeah.
last man standing.
Yeah.
I
We were-
have to.
Dan,
Oh yeah.
Dan and I were in a competition to see who would get it last. First. Who would be the last one to get it.
Which one is
First,
it?
last
it
man
was a
standing.
race.
Well, like the last man, but whoever got it first
I
would
was
lose.
licking floors, and it was a race.
On your knees in the
Yeah,
park.
I was sleeping in theme park toilets.
I was
Yeah.
drinking
And-
from
You
public
know what it was?
fountains.
Exactly. You know what it was, Link? Is that you bought the soda, the refillable cups
at Christmas
at
holiday
at Disney, not Disney World.
No, holiday.
Holiday
No,
World.
Disney holiday.
The
I
Disney
will not
holiday.
allow. I'm gonna shut that down because I would not allow Holiday World slander.
He's gonna address.
I won't even yes that. No, Holiday World is exquisite, clean. Everything is clean with hand sanitizer.
As you can see, he's a paid advertiser.
Yeah, apparently he has a sponsorship. That
And
we
there
did not know about.
today's episode is brought to you by.
Holiday World.
Dolly World.
What is today's episode?
Well, it's that time of the month, and I'm talking about the monthly.
Turning Red.
No, that was a great film, but no, it's actually not the time of the month because when you're listening to this, it's actually already May because April was kind of a weird month. You know, we always release the monthly for every month at the end of the calendar, but that would have been the 25th because the 2nd is actually the Monday when we usually release right after, most of the month is done. So we decided, let's wait a little while. And even though the monthly is in May, we're looking back at everything that happened in April. And when I mean everything, I mean the about dozen things that we care to talk about in depth. It's not by any means holistic or all-encompassing.
Yeah, well, this episode is just going to be about how I spent my birthday on the 20th of April. And yeah, I mean, I'll start, right? I guess that'll just cover the rest of it. So on my birthday, I drove
Who do you share a birthday with?
Carmen Electra.
Oh,
Okay.
that's that girl from Daredevil, right?
Electra Nachios.
Yeah, Carmen Electra Nachos.
Oh, man, that's even cooler. But yeah, honestly,
Nachos?
I spent the day driving,
I do want
and that was
nachos
my
too.
birthday.
We're Uber eating food to you right now.
It's on the way.
Help is on the way.
Help is on the way.
But I had a pretty good month. I know there was a certain company that didn't have a good month.
Oof, that's so true. It's interesting that you bring that up. Not a great month for Netflix. You guys heard about this?
Oh, I thought we were gonna talk about
Oh, I thought-
Sony.
I thought you were gonna say Amber Heard.
She is not a company.
Not having a good month.
Lots of
Straight
people
up.
not having great Aprils. April,
Sorry, guys.
kind of April showers.
showers.
Remember, April showers bring Mayflowers.
No, so it'll bounce back. Netflix will be the #1 company
In 1
the
month's
stock
time.
market. Yes, we're calling it here right now.
And Amber Heard will win the trial.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one.
Cool.
So so much came up so far that we did not
Plan to bring up.
yeah. Netflix
was that?
stock. Gabe looking at pictures of food that are
So
on my
good.
phone. Netflix stock plummeting because they've lost so many people. And I think we talked about this earlier on. Subscribers unsubscribing left and right. I think they lost about 200,000 subscribers since January.
That's insane.
Yeah, so just in this past quarter, the first quarter of 2022, they lost 200,000 subscribers. And because of that, their stocks plummeted and they have lost, ready for this number? I don't know if you had heard it, $50 billion.
Huh?
That can't be
Ooh.
Like
right.
like with a B?
Yeah, with a B.
In Spanish?
What does it matter what language?
So it
Huh?
becomes million? Because billones is millions in Spanish.
Billones is millions in Spanish. I thought millones is millions in Spanish.
No, it's thousands and millions.
No, miles
I know
is
Spanish.
thousands.
I swear, guys.
You do
I know
not.
Spanish.
You do not. You do not know Spanish.
I was so confused.
Yeah. Mil is 1,000.
Guys, I've had a
Millon
long week,
is a
long
million. Okay.
day.
So whatever language you speak, and thanks to our listeners in Spanish
Casa de
speaking,
papel.
that's all producer Dan knows. Whatever language you speak in, shout out to all our Spanish speaking countries.
That is a Netflix title.
Yo, my bad.
that
if
is
you're
true.
from a Spanish-speaking country.
Dan only knows his Spanish from Netflix. Like
It's not
Netflix is
true.
stuff.
I'm really fluent.
Oh, okay.
And Dan is now unsubscribed from Netflix.
Yeah.
220,001.
So yeah, it's 50 billion because not only do they lose the income from the actual subscribers, but once they disclosed this number publicly, their stocks just
Ooh.
tanked. You know, so they went down like 50-60%.
Losers.
I feel like
Okay.
they have a lot, like, obviously they've made a lot of money and they're a wealthy company, but I also feel like they don't have money to be losing with their movie a week or content a week plan that they
Mhm.
have for the year.
Well, that's interesting too. It's this might even be a longer conversation. The Netflix problem. What is the Netflix problem? Why are they doing so bad? It seems like everybody has Netflix. Why?
Could it be they're binging? You know, the way they release their shows.
The
I
model.
saw
The
I saw a lot of people
Yeah,
talking
the
about
model.
that model of just dropping everything at once was actually hurting the platform more than helping it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think me and George were discussing this earlier, how this new model of them staggering a season in the middle of it and just like releasing part 1 on a certain day and then part 2 like a month or two later,
mm-hmm.
it's kind of frustrating and it's getting really annoying personally.
Well, have you experienced this with the show so far?
Ozark?
Oh, really? They did that with Ozark?
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the
Lupin.
Lupin. They did it
They
with
did it with
Lupin as
Lupin?
well. These are tentpole titles. I
Yeah.
wasn't aware they were doing this. So
They're doing it with Stranger Things. It's gonna
yeah,
be
that's the
next
big
week.
one. And Stranger Things is another conversation in just a minute. But I experienced it with He-Man, where like
Mm.
I watched. It was only like a half dozen episodes or something like that, and it was just getting good. And it was like, oh yeah, part 2's later this summer. And I was like, what? What's so okay? So they've been doing this for a while now. Why do you think it is that they've switched from? Or I know they still do some shows on the binge, right? If I'm not mistaken. But then some of the bigger titles they're doing this like 2-part. Why do you think that is?
I think they're too prideful to go. They're too prideful to go into the normal way of watching TV, like weekly,
Yeah.
episodic. I think that they think that the way they started releasing episodes, all at
Mm-hmm.
once is the way it should be. And I agree. I mean, I love it
Yeah.
personally, but I do think I like after a show is done, like all right, the drop off is is quick.
You have a
You
yeah.
get me? A show comes out in next week. I'll talk about it for like a week, and that's it. I won't
Yeah.
talk about it
Yeah.
until it
You
comes
you
out
rule
That's
the
again.
the-
Season
you rule the
2.
conversation for about a weekend and then
Yeah.
something else drops.
Yeah.
But like if you have something that's dropping week to week, you're continuing that conversation for about 6 weeks, like
Yeah.
the better part of a month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
and
hype and build up that you don't get on the binge
Yeah.
model.
And with these shows getting more and more complex, more and more expensive, and more difficult to film, it's like they're only 10. Netflix likes to do 13, but like regardless of platform, 13, 10, 8, or even just 6 episodes. And then you got to wait a whole other year. That's even harder when it's just one day a year, one
Mhm.
day. The wait is
Yeah.
it's you even forget about these shows. Like by the time they drop again, you're like, oh, is that do I still watch that?
Yeah.
I don't. It just falls out of. Think of all the stuff you've watched since the last time you saw, the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's true because we talked about this, the binge versus the episodic, and I've come around to what Link was saying with certain shows. I'm like, man, I really wish I would have been watching this all at once instead of week to week. I know I felt that way about Book of Boba Fett. If you go back and listen to our Book of Boba Fett episode, I feel like it's a better product as a whole than it is episode by episode.
Mhm.
I don't want to talk too much about it because I know we're going to talk about it later in May, but and I'm still not sure because it's not over yet, but I'm feeling that way in Moon Knight right now. I don't know about you guys. I know some of you guys haven't even watched all the episodes yet.
I'm not caught up.
Yeah, how many of you
so-
guys are not caught up?
I'm caught up, and I do feel like that's a better binge.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
feeling that.
way right now.
Yeah, we'll see how
every
it-
episode
I-
I'm like, I could have waited for this.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the because I watched the first episode when it came
Mhm.
out, and then today I binge watched like the next 3 episodes. I'm like, oh, this is enjoyable.
Yeah, right. Because it was like chapters 1 through 4 is like a whole, and then there's a pivot, and we'll see how it ends. But yeah, you can see how like, oh, this all makes a lot more sense if you're just like one by one at a time. And I think a lot of shows end up being like that, but they make way more money. Like we said, 6 weeks means 2 months of subscribing.
Mm-hmm.
10 means 3. 13 means like almost a quarter of the year you got to subscribe if you're watching it week to week. So that's where Netflix is at. I think, what about their content creation? How good is the quality of the stuff that Netflix is making?
I think Netflix kind of throws things at a wall and just hopes it sticks. Like hope something sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
I hope it's Picasso.
yeah, I feel like a lot of
It's
the
Jackson
stuff they
Pollock.
put out is just like I don't know what they were thinking, and like it never really lands.
I feel like sometimes it's just like a matter of dollars. Like, how much do you need? That okay? We could fund this show. We don't care what it is.
Yeah, now it's just on the platform.
Netflix
And they're
is now
hoping
just
it
like,
takes off.
It's just like cable TV now.
Yeah,
It's like
content
you
creation,
You
content,
flip a
content.
channel, you're channel surfing, you're show surfing now. Just like
Yeah.
oh, whatever's on, like we'll play and we'll have that on in the background.
Yeah.
Or older audiences like that don't really like care about what they're watching. It's just like they just want to see something interesting or something like flashy, and then okay, that's it. It's
Oh,
not really.
Yeah, because I've had that experience where like your father, or your grandfather's like, "Hey, have you seen that thing on Netflix?" You're like, "Why would I ever watch that?" Because it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
In fact, that's kind of my take on Netflix. I'm gonna say it, and I know some people, like fight me on this. I think Netflix is the Facebook of streaming services. I think everybody's grandpa pays for Netflix, right? And watches most of the content on there, and everybody else kind of just borrows it or
Yeah, you kind of have it to like when something gets traction and when you start hearing about like a certain show that's on Netflix that it's like, oh, it's getting a lot of attention, it's getting a lot of either praise or whatever it is, people are watching it and it's becoming like a social conversation,
mm-hmm.
then it's like, I'll go check it out. I mean, one of the ones that like I didn't actually end up watching, which because I usually do this, like that's really how I got into like the bigger titles like Stranger Things and Money Heist, Casa de Papel. Which I mean, I think those shows are great, but like, what was the Korean show?
Squid Game.
Squid Game. Yeah, like that was everywhere. Everyone was talking about it, and there was a couple of times where I'm like, should I watch this? And I was like, I just decided not to, and that's when I decided like, oh, Netflix isn't as big to me as I previously thought.
It's lost its resonance. It's not like,
yeah.
oh, I have to go. I can choose not to.
Like for sure, there are certain shows that like I'll go back to, like Last Kingdom. I thought like it had been a while, and that's the problem for me is like it's getting kind of.
Is that a Netflix show though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is right now. It is.
Yeah. It's
Or was it always?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of taking a really long time that I forget. Like, oh yeah, that show's not over yet. I'm gonna go back and watch it. And sometimes I'll check it out, but I don't know. A lot of the times they're kind of just losing me.
For like HBO Max, I feel like those are the shows I have to watch.
Yeah.
When
I was just
something
going to
comes
say the
out-
same thing.
Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's switched now for
Mhm.
HBO. Like when something drops, I know I probably have to watch it because I know the quality is gonna be there.
Yeah. My dad's 80 years old, and for me to get him to watch something on another streaming service is like a mission because he's just used to pressing that one red button on his remote and boom, Netflix pops up. So he watches everything there endlessly. But for me, I keep forgetting I have Netflix because, yeah, when something drops on HBO or Disney, they have me in a habit. Like, I know on Wednesday I got to watch something that's on Disney no matter what. And even if I'm not watching it right away, it goes into the queue every week, and then it starts to build up. And HBO's the same way, especially with their theatrical releases. Like, The Batman came back, and I didn't even finish enjoying it in theaters when it's already at home, So it's somehow The Batman is in my backlog now.
Crazy.
And it's better than anything that I think is on Netflix. Like, you end up watching the stuff that everybody watches, like Red Notice, and then you're like, why did I watch it?
I do think that some of the best Netflix shows aren't even by them.
Mhm.
Like they're produced by the BBC, and then they end up getting the rights to the show them in
Yeah.
America. Like for example, Peaky Blinders. That's all BBC.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's not it's like they do they have like a Netflix original type thing there, or because I know they're
Yeah,
the
do they have
exclusive
the-
I
show.
think
the N on
I
it,
think
the red
here.
N
I
on it?
think in the
Right,
US,
but that's not like an actual because they're just picking up international shows,
Yeah,
and they're the
because-
exclusive American distributor for the
because
shows.
Peaky Blinders last season has already been out in
Mhm.
Britain or like wherever the BBC displays it, but here I think it's still to come out.
Yeah, it finished like early April, and it's coming out June
Yeah, that's what I
6th.
thought.
And having binge watching it season 5 during my COVID excursion, I'm like, okay, I can't wait for Netflix to release this, so I just watched it somewhere else.
Oh,
Season 6 somewhere else.
okay, cool. So did it live up to the hype?
I just don't know. Oh yeah, I just don't know why they would wait months for it to come out. You know, they show it later. You got me in the summer
They probably
instead
just have a
of.
lot of stuff going on that they don't want to detract from.
It's probably a scheduling
Product
thing,
wise,
or maybe
yeah.
even a licensing thing.
Or yeah, it has
But
to
then
be
you
then
also
there.
end up, but you end up losing people. Like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna just go straight
Yeah.
to another website to watch
Right.
it.
And I would have to look up, like, I'd research that, but the BBC might have a way to deliver it to people directly. I'm not sure, but maybe they want their
Like a
audience to get
VPN.
it. Yeah, I don't know.
And Link, you actually were correct. The Last Kingdom, the first 2 seasons were made by BBC, and then Netflix kind of just took over, and that's when it
Yeah.
became their production.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yes.
So, well, and then there's that too, because sometimes they'll own it, but then sometimes they don't. And when you're talking about the best shows not being part of the Netflix catalog, I think they're also hemorrhaging content, and they have been for a couple of years now. They lost The Office, which was like their number one show. It's on Peacock now. They lost they just gained Seinfeld, right? Because Hulu had it before, in order to try to replace that. But they've been kind of having to shuffle content around because everybody wants their stuff back. Now almost every major studio has, a streaming platform of their own. And even Netflix originals like the Defender shows, Punisher, Jessica
They're
Jones,
not even on there.
Daredevil, which I thought that they owned, lock, stock, but I guess not. I thought it was like the Sony movies where they're going to have them forever, even if they give up the Spider-Man franchise. But no, Disney has them now. So they've even lost the very things that they helped create.
It's interesting. I was thinking about one of those. Like we were talking about this show earlier. One of the shows that got taken, I think it was from ABC, Designated Survivor.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, I've heard a lot. Like I know we've spoken about this, but I haven't seen the show from when it was on ABC and then when it was on Netflix. But I heard there was a very big kind of
shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was
in quality, in writing.
I wouldn't say it was a great show, but it was a pretty good show when it was on ABC. And then everything from episode counts to the main cast to the quality of writing, and also the messages, like the direction, what the show was about and what it was saying just changed completely, to the point where like Netflix wanted to make some other show and they turned Designated Survivor into that show. And it went off the rails.
They ruined the rest of the development.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
That also happened with the rest of the development.
How much do you think of that as Netflix, or just how much do you think of that as like the creative direction? Would that have happened somewhere else? Or
that's a tough question.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because of the conversations that happen backstage. I mean, behind closed doors and curtains, and
I don't know.
Yeah. One thing that they are spending a ton of money on.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's right. That's their number one show, right?
I think it's their top thing right now. I guess besides Squid Game, which also made a ton of money.
Is Ozark? Ozark is theirs for sure, right? Like completely.
Ozark is their show, right?
Isn't
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so.
Ozark's
pretty sure that's not a BBC show.
So Stranger Things is coming up. Did they have a new trailer? They had a new trailer of this?
Yes.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I was late to seeing it. I remember everyone was losing their minds over it. And I don't know why. It took me a while to actually watch it. I had people constantly be like, "You gonna watch it? You gonna watch it? Have you seen it yet?" I was like, No, not yet. But then, I finally got the time and I set it aside and I was like, I mean, it's a trailer. It's not long.
Okay.
So I put it on and I thought the trailer was awesome. They did a spin on one of my favorite songs, Separate Ways by Journey.
Rick Ross? Oh.
Yeah.
I did like that they used Separate Ways.
I thought it was awesome.
Cool.
And
the trailer was cool.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I love Stranger Things. But I do think that they have taken a while to get back to it and kind of,
This is season what?
4, right?
4.
And the final season will be 5?
No, well, season 4 is being split into two parts.
I think that's the last. I think this is the last.
And
season.
No, I don't think. I think I read season 4 is being split into 2 parts, but there will also be a 5th and final season.
They're doing a Stranger Things season 5?
Yeah, which I assume will also be split into 2 parts. Although at this rate, it might be split into 3 parts.
They're going to be adults.
Yeah, they're going.
They already
I
are.
mean, they're 18 already, no?
Yeah.
I was expecting this to be the final season too, but it seems like they're gonna go 2 more, which I think is a bit much. How do we feel about the show at this point? I don't know. Gabe said he loved
I need to go back.
season-
I need to go back and see it. I feel like I don't remember what
it.
happened.
Mhm. That was like
yeah,
what?
The whole season 3 took place in the mall. Remember?
I love season one.
with
and
Dacker,
then this guy,
lifeguard.
Hopper
the
dies.
lifeguard.
Hopper
Oh,
dies,
spoilers
and,
for anyone who
well, I
hasn't
mean,
watched.
if you watch the teaser for,
Oh no, Murio.
and now
yeah,
he's
he's
like
alive.
in Russia.
So
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, when you
no
go to
mystery
Russia,
at all.
apparently.
He came back as
The Crimson, as the
Romanov's-
Red Guardian.
Romanov's parents. Yeah.
but I like season 1. Season 2, I was like, eh.
Yeah,
And I
that
loved
was me
season 3.
too. Yep.
Season 2 was the one with, like she runs away.
Becomes
and she
yeah,
just
she
joins like a
becomes
little
punk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that season was a little.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we ended off on a high note last time, and I would like to just finish it. So they have to sustain this now for, let's be honest, 4 seasons. Also, wait, these seasons are super short, right?
For like the new ones.
Usually, like
8?
how
Right.
it
So does
8?
that mean each part is just gonna be like 4 parts?
I think they're gonna make it longer.
Oh, it'll be
Oh,
more
boy.
episodes.
I think it's gonna be a longer season overall, but split into 2 parts.
Okay.
No, it's just 9 episodes.
Which one? The new season?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess
Oh.
not.
And how much are
So-
the other seasons?
4 and then 5.
Oh, there's a season 5, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna be.
However,
Yeah, go ahead.
it seems like the first half of season 4 is going to take place May 27th, and then the second half, and that's episodes 1 through 5. And then episodes 6 to 9 are going to be released July 1st,
We're just gonna be drip.
according to
Yeah,
IMDb.
so we're gonna be drip fed season 4, and then I assume they'll follow a similar formula for season 5 next year. Hopefully.
Do you think that like with that model it goes into the production of the shows like I know a lot of these shows like on TV have like mid-season finales or like breaks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that like that goes into like that goes into play into these shows, like the newer shows that they're releasing?
I
with
don't
this?
think so, because the reason why those breaks exist on 22 episode shows
Mhm.
primarily, and I know that even for shorter shows they still do them, either A, out of tradition, or B, for this exact same reason. The fact is that they're still developing that season while you're watching the season. They're not done filming the current season that you're watching, because if you had to wait to film 22 episodes of an episodic series, it would take forever for every season to come out. So you're about like halfway done when the season launches, and you're filming the episodes for after the break in the new year while the first half of the season is going on. So that's why some things change and sometimes things get fixed, because if there's like some like backlash or something early on in the season, they can pivot towards the end of the season and kind of address some of the things, because that season's still being filmed while it's aired. For these streaming services, they're almost all like already in the can.
And now that I know there's season 5, I don't know now. It's a little changes my mind a bit.
It's a Cobra Kai
It's
factor.
confirmed that there's a season 5.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah, I
On IMDb, yeah.
Oh
going in.
man, I really wanted it to end here.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll just leave it. I'll leave it until I watch it.
Which is why I also thought that that's why they were splitting it, because it was the final season, but apparently not. Yeah.
Little Attack on Titan there.
But I think the whole reason why we were talking about, not just because the trailer dropped and because we're on the cusp of it in just a few weeks, but it leaked that the reported estimated amount that they're spending on each episode is how much?
30 million.
Did you say 30 billion?
No, I don't
Oh
think.
my
it's-
gosh,
No,
Netflix.
in Spanish it's 30 billion.
Yeah, in
Ah.
Spanish it's 30 billion.
because
No.
millions are with B's in Spanish.
They are spending
Bouillon.
30 million per episode, which is
Beads.
insane.
no, B's.
No.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're spending a lot.
Yeah, I thought I heard 35 million, but 30 million, 35 million, yeah, in the
I mean, that's
30s.
still
Man, bro, 5
insane
million.
numbers.
Yeah.
What's $5 million?
That's
What's
true.
$5 million?
Okay, Vince. That's
Come on.
$5
it's just
million
$20 million.
could fund the
5 million,
Bone
20 million,
series that
same
they
thing. It's a
canceled.
drop in the bucket.
Okay, so
Wait, what's 30 million times 9?
A lot.
That's
you're gonna
how much
ask us to do
27
math here?
to-
9,
whoa,
18,
what
20,
is that?
270 million.
200. Yeah, 270.
270 million.
There you
That's
go.
pretty
That's
good,
why I
guys.
asked you to do math.
Okay.
That was pretty
Yeah.
good.
I just multiplied by 10 and then did it 3 times. The reason we
You're so
bring up
smart.
this the reason we bring up this huge number is because they're canceling shows left and right.
They
Projects
canceled
that-
everything else.
What were some of the shows that they canceled?
Bone.
Oh, that's
And
a
then they
shame.
can't. Yeah.
That
They canceled a lot of their
Cancel a
animation
lot of
shows.
animation
that's what's weird because to me and I don't-
is getting a season 7.
okay, well apparently kids watch
I'm not a
Big Mouth,
fan.
even when they're
I'm
not
not
supposed to.
I'm not a fan.
Why don't you like
They
Big
canceled
Mouth?
Glow.
Yeah, they canceled.
Yeah, they canceled Glow a while
Yeah.
back.
That one hurts.
Oh,
I wanted
no,
to
they
watch. I
canceled
still have to watch
Cowboy
that.
Bebop.
Don't come with that.
Ah,
Don't
what
come
a
with that.
tragedy.
Oh, no.
The anime?
Yeah, they canceled
Yeah,
Cowboy
they
Bebop. They
canceled
will
that.
not be making any more seasons. Are we allowed to spoil Cowboy Bebop, the anime? It was 97, right?
Oh, no, please.
1997.
Please, no. Don't do it.
Okay. Guys, go watch Cowboy Bebop if you haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
And oh, that's right. Dan hasn't seen it. It's okay. They just made it in 1997. That's fine. You have all the time in the world. It still resonates. Like it feels like a show they made yesterday.
You think it's gonna
yesterday,
get
though.
canceled?
It is canceled. Netflix canceled it. Gabriel's mouth is a gape. What did they cancel?
They canceled Dead to Me?
Oh, is that the one?
Oh,
I
but
don't
they're
know
all
what that
getting
is.
they're all getting ended. They're
Wait,
all
which
getting,
one is
like, their
Dead to Me?
endings. Dead to Me is the one with Linda Cardellini and Christina Applegate. And
That's the
James
one where
Marsden.
she killed her
I love
husband.
Linda
I
Cardellini.
like Christina
Yeah.
Applegate.
Yeah, no, that show
Man,
is really,
I like
really
that
enjoy that
show.
show.
Man,
I mean, I
they
think
canceled
they're
the
getting
show
a
and I
final
just found
season.
out it exists. That sounds like a show I would watch.
I feel like that happens pretty often.
Yeah. It was like, you should watch this. Oh, it's canceled.
Oh, it's canceled. Oh, okay.
The animation one is weird. And again, we don't have the metrics because obviously Netflix doesn't disclose, all their viewer data, et cetera, since they're they don't have to.
They canceled so many little projects.
Yeah, but the
That could
animation
not have
one,
been that expensive.
but the animation one is weird, right? Because they tend to be some of the cheaper projects.
Yeah, it
you know?
doesn't make any sense.
I mean, unless it's Arcane, League of Legends.
Yeah, but they can cancel that.
Well, I think it was always meant to just be one season, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Listen, man, I want my Bone show. They made Jeff Smith sad.
Yeah, let's talk
He
about Bone.
posted a sad comic panel on Twitter, and it
Oh,
broke
wow.
my heart.
Can you send it to me?
I did
Not
send
right
it
now.
to you.
Oh, you did?
He
I
did.
missed it.
That's what
Oh,
started
that-
the whole conversation.
No,
He
you know
drew
what?
that.
No, you know what? I didn't know he drew that. Yeah.
Yeah,
thought
he
was
drew that
somebody
and
did
posted it.
Oh, that's really sad.
This really hurts.
So
Basically, it's the main character getting duped by Nickelodeon, then Warner Bros, and now
no
Netflix.
way, that was him. He drew
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
All right, put that in the show notes so that our listeners can. see
Okay, I
the comic
absolutely
strip.
will do that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So just look in the show notes.
You think they'll do us a favor and cancel the Avatar live action?
You know,
Absolutely
I-
not.
I just found out this was a thing, and I think you guys might have mentioned it, but I just
They're
blanked
not
on
gonna
it.
do it.
You're gonna full send on that,
Yeah.
and I'll
no.
cry.
They're gonna ruin that.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrible. I'm sorry.
It's
There's
gonna be
almost
so
no
bad.
way that's gonna be good. I thought that movie would have taught us that
Wait,
lesson
wait,
already.
wait. What about One Piece? But did they cancel that?
Well, as if they would cancel that.
Nah, man, that's gonna happen.
I mean, that's not animation though. Aren't they making a live action?
Yeah, exactly. That's.
Nah, they're gonna.
But
go
I
through it.
assume it's gonna be expensive, no? With
Yeah,
their
30 billion an episode.
I think that those properties, they're just so. People are gonna watch them no matter what. One Piece, like everyone in this room right now is saying that Avatar is gonna be terrible. We're all gonna watch it the weekend it drops.
Is that what you really want for everyone to hate watch it?
I
Can you
guess it's.
imagine
I
that
guess
being
it's what
your
Netflix
model?
needs. I guess they could. All you got to do is convince a room full of investors that X amount of people watched this show and it was worth spending X amount of millions of dollars on it.
Watch.
I listen to these investor meetings. I listen to streaming. I listen into wrestling. I actually listen into these calls. and they're just lies. They're just literal fabrications. They're just spin doctoring numbers like that makes no sense. And the investors just eat it up because that's what those calls are for, to convince them to keep pumping money into the company.
They canceled Bone, but I know I'm gonna see like 10 more reality TV shows hosted by Nick Lachey and his wife.
Or you're gonna see a Bone like ripoff. There's gonna be a series that's gonna be
don't
like,
knock too hot to handle, man.
yeah.
What's
Let's talk.
Muscle. Is
Or
that
is
is
it
that the way it's gonna be
Yeah,
called?
Muscle.
Love is blind. Love is blind.
Love is Blind starring Muscle. Let's talk about Bone for a second, because I know that this is a very like sore spot for you and I. I think Link and Gabe probably don't have the same experience.
Kind of surprising
man,
that
I
the
thought-
two people in the middle missed it.
I didn't know what the heck that was until Danny started complaining about it on the chat. I'm like, oh no, who died?
Bro, I thought they
I
canceled
died.
Shadow and Bone. Like, I was like, no, I actually like season 1.
No, luckily for you, Shadow and Bone is safe.
Let's go. They're gonna cancel it tomorrow. They listen to this show.
What does Bone mean to you? What is it? Explain it for A, our listeners, B, for half of our hosts here who didn't engage with
Bone.
it the way we did.
Hey, hold your body.
Bone
up.
was my first comic book, which is
I-
like
It's a
I
I
might
have
be
a
able-
very strong. Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
very strong relationship with it. Well, yeah, because it's just like it was like a hand me down from my brother who had read it at the time. He was in middle school at the time, and it was the first comic book I read in elementary. And then I read it again in middle school. It was even better, and again in high school, and then again over the pandemic. And it's a beautiful story
Really?
for anyone.
What is it that makes
It's an epic.
Bone?
Is this?
Yeah.
Is this the one with the tiger and the little kid?
No,
No, that's Calvin and Hobbes.
yeah, it's Covenant Hobbs.
That's not.
I'm
Oh,
not gonna
okay.
lie, Carlos. I had the same thought.
You both thought we were talking about Calvin and Hobbes.
That'd be a
What-
cool animated show, though.
What
I
is
still don't know what you're
that?
talking
Would be
about.
a cool
now.
anime show. What is it that makes Bone good? What's your pitch?
It's an epic for all ages.
Yeah, an epic
And
for all ages. That's a great way to put
It's
it. Yeah.
really clever and well written.
Yeah. I'll tell you how I was first introduced to Bone. It's the mid '90s, or what year did Bone come out? Do you know?
I believe late 90s.
Yeah, late '90s. So it's the '90s, and I'm subscribing to this magazine. That's right. We used to have information sent to us by the mail. We used to sign up and pay for them. It was a magazine called Disney Adventures, and they used to put.
Wait, is this Is this Casper? He looks like Casper.
Okay. I had this magazine delivered to my house, and it used to have little comic strips in it. And what they would do they would include Darkwing Duck, Gargoyles, the Disney. But for some reason, they had licensed out little mini strips, previews of Bone, and they were telling Bone in just like a couple of pages. Okay, Gabe here's telling me it came out in '91, so yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, early.
Yeah,
90s,
so
my
it's
bad.
the mid '90s, and I'm buying these magazines, and they're drip feeding me like a couple of pages of Bone, and it's almost like a Sunday comic to me, and I fell in love with the artwork, and it was
That's
unlike
beautiful.
it was unlike anything I had seen up until that point, and like you said, it's an epic. So it's kind of like you guys watch Adventure Time, right, Gabe?
Yeah.
Adventure time.
Did you forget we were recording? Where are you going?
Yeah, Link just got up and just like walked away.
It's the beauty of AirPods, man. You can do whatever you want.
I want to go turn on my light.
Oh, okay. Because we can't hear you quite exactly as we did when you were
Yeah,
sitting.
It's not
Yeah.
as clean and.
Yeah, you're okay.
He's
Anyways.
gone. He's completely gone.
Yeah, he's not in the room at all anymore now.
The viewers
But anyway,
will have a great time.
please
I guess.
continue.
I went to go get a
Please
Yeah.
continue.
His COVID brain is acting up again. Anyways,
I went to go get a snack. I'm sorry.
okay.
guys.
Thank you. Adventure Time, you've seen it. I haven't seen Adventure Time. What makes Adventure Time so great?
I think
I
it's
didn't
actually
even
kind of
watch
similar
Adventure-
to. You haven't watched it?
No, I've watched the beginning. I never got to when it got good. Like,
Oh, so me and Dan
It's always been
me and
great.
Dan are boneheads, and you guys are Adventure Timers.
Yeah, yeah. You're
yeah, we're
boners?
boners.
We're-
and
No,
they're-
I think
Timers?
we prefer
We're
boneheads.
adventurers.
Okay, you're
they're
adventurers.
adventurers and we're boners. It sounds.
What makes Adventure Time with such a simplistic, adolescent almost animation style? What makes it so great?
I'm gonna throw that to Link because I know he's in a position where it's hard to talk right now, and I just think this would be funny.
Really quick question. Can you hear me biting?
No.
My
Well,
crackers?
kind of.
No, we can hear that.
Okay. No, so you hear this?
We can hear everything.
It happened.
We can hear the chomping. We can hear the.
I kind of love it.
Yeah, so welcome to my
Okay.
ASMR where I eat
Don't
crackers.
do this.
Why do you love Adventure Time, Link?
Sorry.
Okay, well, all our listeners will just wait.
Okay, well, can I
yeah.
mention real quick that he actually handpicked animators from Adventure Time to do Bone?
Really?
Yeah, he had
Oh.
picked his favorites from Cartoon Network. It hurts. I'm in so much pain.
Oh man,
Netflix
So,
really is healed.
that's true. Could be. I wonder if he. You know what? Because the creator of Adventure Time, I think he made a show for Netflix called like something Gospel, Nightmare Gospel,
Mhm.
or Midnight
Okay.
I haven't
Gospel.
heard of it.
So I wonder if he was involved in that.
Okay, but my
More
question
than
to you:
likely.
what is it that draws so many people to Adventure Time?
I honestly don't know. I think it's,
You guys
high.
don't-
It's like
The build up.
That
the
was
build-up
so much
worth it.
expectation.
I to me it's just silly and I love it and the world building.
The world building.
Okay,
Um,
okay, yes.
There you
Yeah,
go.
the world building. I love the comedy.
I think it's witty.
it's adorable. It's yeah.
Bone is all of
That's
that.
what Bone is. It's witty.
It's-
It's
No, yeah,
adorable.
that's
and
what-
the
when-
world building.
No,
Yeah,
no, but
go
it's.
ahead.
I think what makes it special is that, like, to me, it was the first show where I felt like, oh wow, millennials are making stuff for younger millennials. Does that make sense? Because since then, all the cartoons I'd watched have been made by Gen X and people older than millennials, and this is the first time that I was able to see
I
something.
mean,
made
that
by a
is an
millennial.
interesting point of view.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool.
There's almost like a timelessness to it. Like, you
But
can-
that's why I think Bone would have fit perfectly with today's audience, because I think it is really similar to Adventure. Well, Adventure Time is really similar to Bone.
Yeah. In 95 and 96, I'm like maybe 10, 12, from 95 to 97 when I'm reading this book. And it works on the level of like, I'm a little kid. And I love it. It's great. It's just like a Saturday morning cartoon strip. But
especially
then,
the way it starts off.
yes,
Pretty simple.
it's pretty simple. Just like Adventure Time, I hear, I haven't watched it, but every time someone pitches Adventure Time to me, it just feels like the experience I had with Bone. I grew up, I went to college, I reread Bone, and I'm like, this book is not for kids. Not because there's anything graphic or adult or anything, but I just think it's so complex of a book that it was like, wow, I didn't even know what I was reading. Like how good the storytelling, how good the characterization, and how gorgeous the art is. And you don't appreciate that when you're younger, but you do appreciate that there's something there that there's something there for you and you understand it, on a general basis, but you also feel like this is more complex than me, perhaps, Sometimes you'll see it, sometimes you won't see it, but it just works on those two levels. And that's what I think makes Bone great. This never-ending story, like the pitch is like, the two brothers and like being separated, finding each other, and just that story taking literally forever. As a kid, you're used to, being told a story, you're in and out and done, right? Saturday morning cartoons used to get canceled a lot for me. So, because you go to X amount of episodes, and then we've talked about this in the past, syndication, we got 100, boom, your show's over if you get to 100. Or we cancel you right away, you never got the syndication. But you're never going to get past that hump. Bone felt like I grew up watching, reading the story, and their journey kept going on, and they kept growing with me. So that's why me and Dan, I think, were disappointed with this.
All the characters have really good character arcs. Like they grow and I don't know, you kind of grow with them. Like I think it's a beautiful story, and Netflix made the wrong decision.
Rip Bone.
Forget you,
April
Netflix.
2022.
But we need 35 mil for Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
And you know what else was being spent a lot of money in? The $43 billion mega merger between Discovery Media and Warner Media.
Lots of money talk today, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, million or billion?
They're both the same thing,
Yeah.
as far as
No,
I'm
because
concerned.
I wasn't trying to be. Did you say million
Nah,
or did you say
billion?
billion?
Billion.
But it is
Oh,
Bijan.
between
Okay, 'cause I was
Warner
about to say,
Bros.
that's
and
kinda- it's kinda
Discovery.
small.
You think 43
Yeah,
billion is kind of small?
Million.
Are you Vince
compared.
McMahon? Oh,
Drop in
when
the
you thought
bucket.
it was million. All right.
Yeah, so I'm.
So he
yeah.
is Vince McMahon. 43 million is kind of.
I thought this had happened already.
Okay, so this had happened, but this process is very long. So they
That makes
finalized the merger. That's it. It's done. Because you have to go through FCC regulations. The federal government has to decide whether you're creating a monopoly in the merger, if you're taking up too much of the share in the market share. So and it's a bunch of loopholes. Who gets fired? Who's in charge? What the plan is for the merger. Because once you bought it, that's it. It's yours on day one. So a lot of it goes into it. You might remember, like when we knew they bought Star Wars before Disney could do anything with Star Wars. So
What does this mean for HBO Max?
Well, first of all,
Is all the Discovery stuff coming over? Can I
Okay.
watch how it's
90
made
Day
again?
Fiance, baby.
you're excited to get Below Deck Mediterranean?
Here we go.
I just want to watch how it's made.
Okay. Well, you could just, for like $6, you could just subscribe to Discovery Plus.
I don't want to pay $6.
Yeah, of course not, because you already have HBO Max. Well, Andy Forcell, he was the chief revenue office. He was the chief officer of HBO Max, and he's out, along with a lot of the people who helped launch HBO Max, because now the Discovery people, they're the ones that are in charge. So the head of Discovery is now the new head of Warner Brothers. And what does it mean? We know that there's
What?
Yeah. HBO people are out, buddy. Warner's is run by Discovery now.
Is everything going to be super scientific now?
That's interesting that you said that, because that's what I thought. But then I went to Discovery Plus, and it's just a bunch of reality TV shows for the most part. They do have things
your
like
chair.
yeah,
Link, your chair. Stop
you-
moving, please.
it's killing us.
Stop moving
Oh, my bad,
so
guys.
much.
Like I'm in a horror movie.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm really glad that we'll only be recording one episode in this situation.
I hope I get COVID longer.
I
Don't
told you.
wish that upon yourself.
It's been 2
Okay,
months. I still have
Wait,
it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Please carry on.
HBO, they've discussed. They said there will be, eventually one singular app. Man, I really hope it's the HBO one and not the Discovery one. But yes, all the content will be pushed together. CNN Plus launched last month, and it got like 10,000 people to pay for it.
Rip.
And then the moment that the merger went through this month, they announced we're closing it at the end of this month. So
Cash grab, bro.
yeah. So they're gonna put all their content in one basket. How that's gonna look like, we're not really sure.
Mythbusters was on Discovery, right?
Sure.
Supposedly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that
That's why I thought it was science.
in the past couple of years they've rebranded many other channels. Like what used to be the Learning Channel is just TLC, and you don't necessarily have to learn anything.
You don't
Discovery
learn
Plus
anything.
is just Bravo.
So
Wait. So
yeah.
TLC is also owned by
yeah,
Discovery?
yeah. There's
I
a
actually
couple.
didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a couple of different.
Little People, Big World. I love that.
What was that?
Little People, Big World.
What is that about?
Little people.
It's about a family. Little
Is that
people.
Little
Is that
women.
like Little Women of Atlanta?
What? What is that?
Little Women of Atlanta is a show about, like, it's kind of like Real Housewives, but
Uh-huh.
it's about,
People shorter than
small,
Danny DeVito.
little people.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
little people,
'Cause-
big world is
yeah.
like a family. It's like a family around that.
Oh, okay. They also may or may not have lascivious careers. I don't know. I haven't seen. I haven't seen Little Women of Atlanta.
I
Although,
have to
funnily,
watch it now.
my team captain for drama thought that that's what we were gonna do as our play this year. When I told him, "Oh, we're doing Little Women," and,
Why would he think it's
Why
that?
would he think that?
well, it's a she, and I don't know, apparently, because she watches Little Women of Atlanta, but has never read Little
That's the
Women.
first thing that came to mind.
Yep.
Why would you think that?
Yeah, and also it went on for an uncomfortably long time when we were developing before she figured
She's
out.
like,
Once
"What
the
is this
scripts came in,
script?"
yeah, once the scripts came in, she's like, "Oh, this is not what I
you-
had imagined.
oh,
but all the
man.
pre-production
That'd been
stuff,
really funny.
yeah, before casting.
You should have
just
just
thought
committed
that-
to it and done it.
They just thought that all the students were gonna play little people, but none of them are little.
Yeah.
So was she expecting them to kneel down the whole
Well,
time?
She admitted
for
to
this
she
play?
admitted to me that she was like, I
No.
thought this was a really bad idea, but I didn't know
She
how
was
to
just
approach
going with
you.
it.
Wow,
Yeah.
the faith that she has in you.
Yeah.
That's a captain right there.
Yeah, or fear. I don't know. They have HGTV. They have the Food Network, TLC, ID,
Oh,
Animal Planet, the Discovery Channel, and more.
I love Property Brothers.
And exclusive streaming access to BBC's largest natural history offering, featuring shows like Planet Earth, Blue Planet, and Frozen Planet.
Oh man, they're taking that from Netflix
Yep.
then.
A&E, History, Lifetime, The First 48, Dance Moms, Ice Road Truckers, Married at First
Oh,
Sight,
people
and
love
60
Dance
Do you
Days.
think there's a coincidence then
in what?
in the merger and Netflix losing billions of dollars?
Actually, I heard that the Netflix loss affected all streaming stocks across the board.
Like,
Obviously,
negatively.
yeah, not to that level, but investors losing faith in Netflix led them to lose faith in streaming
You
as
really
a
gonna
whole.
lose faith in streaming?
Yeah, that's a ridiculous
Are you
idea.
kidding
So
me?
what do they expect? We're gonna go back to cable?
What did you? What?
Well,
Hey,
the cable
the
companies
rise
would love
of
to
cable.
convince them.
Cable, then and now.
Cable, we're cheaper than streaming now.
We're bringing it back.
So,
What
does this mean for the
Yeah,
future?
I don't know, man. It's a
I'm
little
getting cable.
It's a little scary the fact that I feel like HBO Max has done a great job. The people at HBO
In
Max
such a
have
short
done
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they've. I mean, I don't know the specific numbers, but I feel like they've established themselves as one of the powerhouse streaming services.
And I think they're
alongside
number
Disney.
3, which is like
in like what in what amount of time, like a year.
a year. Yeah. within
They
a year.
are
It's
number
crazy.
1 in my heart right now.
Yes, number 3 in the world, number 1 in our hearts.
I keep seeing that like people are just
And they
really-
still have areas for growth too, because they just recently in the past year like opened in like Latin America and in
Yeah.
other European markets.
So this change is going to be interesting. I wonder where they're gonna, what the direction is, if it is going to be different at all. But I know that the president, I think the CEO now of this merger, is talking about doing an overhaul for a certain property, DC.
Yeah.
Oh,
DC is more than just a property. It's a powerhouse, almost its own publisher. It literally owns a publisher. It's several properties.
yeah,
It's a company.
it's a family.
It's a company like Amber Heard. That was Link mentioned when we were talking about.
Oh man, maybe she's part of the overhaul.
That might be part of the overhauls. So what?
I really hope they.
We should create a petition to replace Amber Heard as Mira with Johnny Depp
It's kind of
as
No,
as
I don't think that's a
reparations.
kind of a weird. Yeah.
a horrible idea.
I also don't think Johnny Depp is going to be working with Warner Brothers anytime soon.
Oh, that's right. They yeah, it's because of her.
Yeah.
I think we should get Danny DeVito in that role.
You just want to cast Danny DeVito in every role.
I
sold Link.
Oh, you sold me on the next
I'll watch it.
on the next Jason Momoa movie.
So what do
Minecraft?
what do the Discovery people? Oh, we've got Jason Momoa movies for you coming up. What do the Discovery people?
I thought I was setting up that
Oh,
transition.
no.
Well,
not
we're
there
still
yet.
on the DC stuff.
Yeah.
Still?
Ezra
Yeah.
Miller.
What do
We just got to the
Oh,
DC
yeah.
stuff.
yeah,
we just
so
started.
we literally just started talking about DC. Like,
Guys,
13
he has.
He
remember
had to go get
has
a snack.
COVID.
he's on tape delay. That's why he's actually listening to like 45 minutes ago on the call. He's still in the planning phase.
And Link.
Gabe, what are they looking to do with DC?
So they feel like they've enjoyed the success of Aquaman and the Batman, obviously, but one of the things that the new CEO, I think his last name is Zaslav,
Mm-hmm.
first name unknown,
Snyder.
David Zaslav. He was mentioning that even though with the recent success of Aquaman and the Batman, they feel like it lacks a coherent creative and brand strategy.
Mm-hmm.
They think that they got to revitalize characters such as Superman, and they really love projects such as the
Oh,
Joker.
that's right. I saw that.
So I'm not sure what they want to change. I think they want to like just bring out the big guns basically, and kind of like repackage them. I guess I'm not sure what that'll look like, but that's kind of what it sounds like. Just kind of like squeezing the juice out of like everything that DC has to offer to its fullest potential. Because they did kind of take a backseat after like the Snyderverse and stuff like that. So definitely interesting to see. I think steps like the Joker and the Batman are a step in the right direction. But what he means by coherent brand strategy, I don't know if he's trying to like reference the MCU and stuff like that, but
I think that's like every executive's dream. Like, let's get our own MCU.
Remember, they all fail.
Let's get our own
except
Kevin
for
Feige.
Sonic, the Sonic verse.
The Sonic,
which is actually interesting that you bring that up, Link, because I was hearing that they did want to have like David Zaslav was interviewing people for candidates like that would take that position. One of the people were Emma Watts.
I loved her in Harry Potter.
Man, why did I think of the same joke?
No, Emma Watts is a creative executive, and she's overseen films like The Greatest Showman, Bohemian Rhapsody, Deadpool, Logan, Avatar. A lot of Disney.
Emma Watson has done that much.
It doesn't work the second
Why
time.
why don't they just get someone like, I don't know, like an actual comic book writer from DC?
That probably
someone
wouldn't
Scott
work.
Snyder.
That would be a
Didn't
bad
they-
idea, in my
didn't they
opinion.
have-
Getting someone like Scott
Yes.
Snyder would be a bad idea. Why?
because I
Did they
think
have Jeff Johns?
yeah, Geoff Johns.
Or Geoff Johns.
I don't
yeah.
think Geoff Johns has done a good job in executive role like that. I don't think Jeff Loeb's
Yeah,
done a good job in executive roles like that.
I mean, he did well. He did well with the Netflix stuff.
Who?
Jeff Loeb,
What Netflix stuff?
Daredevil. He's a good part. I mean, he was in charge of those shows, like the.
Dude, I can
He was a-
rattle you like 15 shows that you would never watch that Jeff Loeb launched. For
No, I'm
Marvel.
talking about the Netflix stuff. He did well.
Well, it's hit or miss, and I just think he had a really crack team of people who were making that show specifically. That's lightning in a bottle. And I don't think you can catch it twice. There's tons of shows that Jeff Loeb ran that really just never got off the ground. I don't
Like,
think
what
that,
else did he do?
I mean,
One
pretty much
example off the
all the
top of your
Marvel TV for the past like
head. Inhumans,
10 years. Yeah, Inhumans, definitely him.
Agents of Shield.
Yeah, all those cartoons like
Okay. Now,
like,
now I get.
Agents of Smash, even the stuff that's like okay, like the Guardians
Wait, I like Agents of
cartoon.
S.H.I.E.L.D. Hold up, what?
No, Agents of Smash, Hulk, Agents of
No.
Smash.
Danny said that.
No,
Danny said-
Agents of
No, I'm
Shield.
just asking.
No,
what
Agents
shows
of
he-
Shield is a hit or miss show too, and it's like even the Marvel Netflix shows, as you can see, like we've talked about them. Like Daredevil's great all the way through. Luke Cage is all right, and then it's not. Iron Fist is never good. Jessica Jones is great season 1, and then we don't know why the show exists after that. Defenders was a huge letdown. Like, I don't think the picture of the Netflix shows, it's nice to have them all bunched together, but I don't think you're gonna go back and watch most of that stuff again because it really wasn't
That's
that
fair.
good. I don't think. I love Jeff Loeb and I love him as a comic book creator. I like Geoff Johns, but Geoff Johns, worked on multiple Green Lantern projects that were all terrible. Lots of those shows, those DC shows, those DC movies that lost us along the way. Those old.
But we know that DC. Well, we know that DC has a problem of, because they don't have their Kevin Feige. They do this thing where they let the company make the decisions instead of that one unified person. So you can't blame Geoff Johns for mistakes that he's not in charge of.
I mean, I can blame him because he is in charge of them, whether he's the one making the decision or not. That is what his job as like an executive producer is.
I have no opinions on this.
I honestly don't think that
Yeah.
comic book people, like Kevin Feige's not a comic book person. If that's our prototype there, I don't think getting someone who writes comics is the answer to creating movies about comics.
What did Kevin Feige do before?
I'm pretty sure it's just a movie producer,
Yeah,
right?
He's just a producer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a
You
producer.
just need
Yeah.
a good producer then.
But who is a fan of
That's the difference.
genre.
That-
Someone that cares.
someone that cares.
Ah.
Someone,
Someone that knows
that
what
is
he's doing.
aware.
Matt Reeves.
See?
And that's what Matt Reeves would be perfect, yeah. But that's what I'm saying too. Like, don't you think comic book writers also do care about?
Yeah,
the
but they
craft?
don't know what it's like to lead
don't have the
a film
perspective.
studio. Yeah, they don't have the perspective or the experience.
Okay.
It's too much on the job learning because that's not what they do. What they do is put letters on a page or draw, which are great immense skills, but it's just
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
same job.
Don't take that away from him.
Yeah. It's like,
But it is.
So-
I can imagine it is very different.
Yeah, that makes sense.
one of the big changes they're going to have to make is Ezra Miller, right? I think
He's
that came-
over in Hawaii playing GTA. Just
Fighting.
fighting every
live action adaptation of Grand Theft
Yeah.
Auto. So he got arrested a couple times.
I think is he on his third, or was it just twice?
I think it was twice.
It was
And the
twice,
second
but-
one was like,
We had previous altercations in the past.
oh, he's been arrested before. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not the first time.
He just loves. I don't know. He doesn't love it, but he just kind of just.
Can't stay out of trouble.
I don't know, man. Tossing a chair at a. I think he tossed a chair at a woman and like she had to get like stitches or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know what is wrong with him.
allegedly.
He's a horrible person.
Okay, well,
Right now, he finished it right now.
Yeah, right now at this
Right
moment
now.
in time, whatever he's going through, we hope he gets the help that he needs.
I mean that's the thing. I don't know. He could be spiraling. It could be mental health, and if that's the case, I really hope he gets the help
Yeah,
that he needs.
but sometimes what you need is to
A
be
new
sidelined.
Flash. Oh.
Yeah, to be
Oh, yeah,
sidelined
that too.
to get a fresh perspective, and that can be accomplished by getting us a new Flash. So it looks like that's what Warner's thinking about doing.
He's gonna get removed from his own Flash movie.
Yeah, he's gonna get Flash pointed out of Flash Point.
That's so funny.
Which
I
is
hope they
interesting
do
because
that.
we were trying to we were thinking about they're gonna flashpoint all the Snyder stuff out, and then, well, I guess that's included. He's included in
Yeah,
that
he
too.
is included in that.
But I thought I guess he was the only
No
one that was gonna be
exceptions.
moving forward.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
and
him and Gal
Aquaman,
Gadot, him and Gal
and
Gadot.
Wonder Woman, yeah, those three. So
Ben
the-
Affleck's not coming back.
Ben Affleck is coming back actually. So prepare for that.
What?
Ben
What-
Affleck, Christian Bale, Michael Keaton.
What?
Wait, you guys don't know that Ben Affleck's coming back?
He's in Flash.
He's in Flashpoint.
He's in Flashpoint.
Oh, okay, I knew that,
Oh,
but
okay.
I thought you meant like
Oh,
he's,
okay, but I
he's
thought
doing like a
yeah.
main Batman movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
no.
taking over for Robert
No,
Pattinson.
Michael Keaton is coming back because I don't think it's gonna end with Flashpoint. He'll be moving forward.
in more movies than one.
Yeah.
I hope the
So
food's different in that joint.
Oh,
it will be.
okay. So to the new guy of Warner Brothers that's listening to this, might I suggest a Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton as an old Bruce Wayne,
I feel like if they're not,
and maybe a Timothy Chalamet as a Terry McGinnis? I
okay,
don't know.
I feel like if they're
don't know.
not already thinking about that, they don't deserve to make that movie. That's got to be the play. But we'll see.
He's calling it now. That's what you got to do.
Would it be a bad casting to have Clint Eastwood be Batman?
Oh no, that would actually be
I
perfect.
think
but
he would have been
since-
great like 20 years ago.
Like,
Oh, now he's just too old.
Yeah, but he's really
just way
old.
too
Did you guys
now.
mention that in the comics? I
Yeah.
feel like you guys mentioned that.
Yeah, I think that was
in
like
an episode.
always links dream casting. But I just think
Clint
it's
Eastwood is Batman.
I'm just a fan.
But I think Michael
Oh,
Keaton's
yeah.
he's at the right age to do this
Mhm.
now.
That'd be cool, man.
another
Whenever they
franchise.
get it.
Yeah. Another franchise that Ezra Miller seems to be exiting, especially how the last one ended. I won't say anything because I know no one here except myself has watched it, and
I don't
many
have
of
the
our listeners.
time or willpower to go watch that.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts. It looks like it flopped. A lot of people.
Fantastic
flopped for real?
failure, loser.
Yeah.
Did Sonic beat it?
Oh yeah, Sonic.
Yeah, it did.
So Fantastic Beasts seems to be on the downswing. I've heard rumors of thinking of making. Can we use please stop eating on the microphone?
No, now I'm kind of jealous.
Oh,
What's
everything
that?
he does is on the microphone. That's why.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's not much.
This is the third Fantastic Beast movie. It was what?
There's 3?
Yeah, this is the third
I
one.
thought it was
Yeah.
2.
No, this is the third one.
Wait, what happens in 2?
The first one is the
Oh,
really good one.
Does
where
Jude
it's
Law
like,
come out in the second one?
Yeah, that's when Jude Law comes out.
Mm.
That's when they're like, you know what? Forget these Fantastic Beasts. We're just gonna do Harry Potter prequel.
And now they all have a crisis of faith.
Yep.
Mm.
Man, that's not fair because I liked the first Fantastic Beast. and
Yeah, I
like
agree.
Newt Scamander. That's
Newt
his name,
Scamander,
right?
he takes a backseat in the second one. He's in this one, but he takes an even more backseat. Like he scooches over to share the
He's
That's,
backseat.
so
what's his name?
good, and he's a Hufflepuff.
Freddie Redmayne.
Eddie
Redmayne.
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 Redmayne?
Right.
Wait, isn't that the guy, the
Raymond
main
Le-
character of the show, of the movie?
Which one?
Eddie Raymond.
That he
He
made the what?
was. He said,
Isn't he the main character?
Yeah, in the first movie.
and then they kind of
What? But he's not the main character
No.
afterwards?
Is it Jude Law?
This makes no sense.
They
It
robbed
becomes
him.
it becomes
He
an
was so good.
ensemble piece in the second one, and then I do feel like Jude Law kind of overlaps him with screen time in this one. Yeah, the
don't-
Secrets of Dumbledore is more about
I don't-
Dumbledore.
Can I be honest? I don't
Yeah.
care about the secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah, nope,
I want to see Newt.
right.
His
And I want to see
animals.
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah,
Except
I want to see
that
the
they
beast.
took the name of Fantastic Beasts and they put it in a little corner.
Did he say Newt?
Yeah, his name is
Oh.
Newt
His name?
Scarmander.
Okay.
And
Charmander.
Scamander.
Yeah, Newt Charmander.
Newt Charmander.
Can they give us a serious black?
For real,
Prequel?
dog.
I
Has
don't-
she written that?
Because that's all I cared about in
I
Harry
don't think
Potter.
Gary
that
Oldman's
would be-
gonna make that.
Bruh. You can
We're
do
never gonna get
Gary, you
anything
can
else
do it.
Harry
I
Potter.
believe in you.
Honestly,
Yeah, I think they should pull the plug on this
Between-
series.
yeah. Between the author's comments.
Hey, wait,
and-
but like, did she write these books?
She helped write these movies. There's no books that they're based on.
on.
that's
yeah.
why it's
Yeah, it's pretty much.
These writers, man.
see.
And how much of an important role did Johnny Depp have?
Okay, so in
In
the
the
first
series,
movie,
the
the main
franchise.
bad guy is Colin Farrell, and then it's revealed that he's secretly Johnny Depp. So then Johnny Depp is the main villain in the second one, and then
Wait. So Colin Farrell is wearing a Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp is wearing a Colin
Suit.
Farrell outfit.
yeah, and then he just zippers his
Suit?
head open,
Yeah.
and he's Johnny Depp underneath. Because the main bad guy, Grindelwald, is able to change his appearance.
It's very
So-
Oh, that
yeah,
name
it's
sounds familiar.
convenient.
Right,
Oh,
so it's
I guess that works then.
yeah, so it's very convenient that this movie starts and he's like,
Aha,
Mads Mikkelsen now.
I'm a different person.
yeah, so he's technically a
True
different person
form.
in each of the three movies, so it works. It was pretty, and
Oh, is that how they fixed Johnny Depp
Yeah.
getting? in
that's
trouble?
right. They literally, he's just like, I'm another guy now, and I was already another guy in the first movie, so it makes sense. Ha ha. And then,
Oh, genius.
and then in this movie, no spoilers, but the fate of Ezra Miller's character, which again was like his story was told in the first one, and then he just kind of comes back for the second
I
one.
don't. I
Yeah.
don't understand. Bro,
Yeah.
what?
And now
Oh.
he's just kind of hanging out in the background in this third one. But his fate is kind of left up to like could go either way. So he's perfectly fine. Like he can be written off.
You know what? This should have been an HBO show
Yeah. Mhm.
following Newt and his Fantastic Beast.
Yeah.
and
that
that's
would've been
it.
great. It would have
Where
been
the Wild Things Are scenes really crazy.
Isn't that doesn't that have weird undertones?
That was a live action movie, right?
It does not. Okay. That was a beautiful book from my childhood. Do
Yeah.
yeah,
not-
but there's a movie,
It's
right?
ta-
It's
Isn't that
horrible.
a Spike? Isn't
it's a Spike Lee joint.
isn't that a
It's a
Spike?
Spike Lee
Jones?
joint. That's the
No, the Spike Jones.
Oh, okay. That's a Spike Jones lead.
Leet?
I don't know. That's
I'm sorry.
Man, I'm actually really hungry seeing Link eat snacks. I kind of want an everything bagel.
He's stressing
I
me
just had-
out, man.
I just had like 2 crackers.
I'll never look at an everything bagel the same way again.
Because it's so good, right?
I actually do always order an everything
I
bagel.
love everything bagels.
I just order everything everywhere all at once.
Which, actually, funny enough that you mentioned that, Dan. I saw that movie. Kind of.
We all
That's
saw
a
that
movie?
We almost didn't watch that movie.
Yeah.
We almost didn't make it to watch that movie.
But we did. And the very next day, I had an everything bagel. And it was beautiful.
So did I.
And the very next day, I had to rush and edit an episode of S4M podcast.
Is that our official name now? I love this movie. I thought it was
I thought you said it sucked.
no, that was just a joke for the
Commit.
chat.
Commit
Wait,
to the
seriously?
bit.
Yeah, no.
Wait, you love the
Commit
movie?
to the bit, bro. Commit to the movie.
I Link posted on Twitter that he thought it was the best movie of the year and that he
You have Twitter?
remembers yeah, and that he remembers that The Batman came out this year and I liked it in my mind. Because I agree. I thought that
I didn't get that notification.
Bro, this whole
you
time.
just did.
This whole time, I really thought you didn't like the movie.
Nah, that movie
Pookie
was
also
great.
thought you didn't actually like it.
Yeah, we thought you
Oh, I
liked
knew it
Are
was a
you
bit.
serious? I didn't know it was a bit.
I,
I
know
was
it a
like,
bit.
man,
as soon as
why-
I saw it, I was
Why
like,
does
oh,
he
he's
not
trying
like
to
this
get a reaction.
movie?
I'm like, man, what a boomer.
Why do you just blame boomers for everything? Like That's just a weird.
Shit, if you don't understand him, yeah, I was a boomer.
Okay.
I don't know what he said.
Yeah, nobody. Only
Just
our
said-
listeners know what he said. None of us actually heard the audio come through.
Boomer move.
I'll hear that on the edit.
Oh,
I have no
weak
idea
Wi-Fi
what it is right
connection. What a boomer.
I have to watch it again though because when I came in, it was like it was after an episode and it was pretty late. And I
10:40.
was
You went to go to
so
10:40
tired.
screening on Sunday
No, it was a 9.
before work
It was
week.
9:30.
It was
I
at
know,
9, yeah.
They wanted you to go to
You
the
wanted
It
to
was
10:40.
at 9, it was at
and I was
9.
like, Link, are you crazy? I was like, I don't have to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed
I'm
it.
glad
I was
we
just really
watched it
tired,
at
so I have
9,
to watch
'cause-
it again.
I loved it. I loved it.
10:40 would have been too
It was
late.
genius. I don't know what you're saying, Link, but but it was genius, and I loved it.
The one
I
thing
don't
he
know
wants to talk about, he can't talk about.
I don't know what Link is saying either, but I agree with everything. Everywhere, all at once. So we're on the same page.
I really love that this was what he was most excited to talk about, and now we're just seeing him smiling in the corner. But he
For
can't
real,
talk.
you guys wasted all my time talking about
DC. Say DC.
Netflix.
We're still on DC though,
Yeah.
so
I walked out of this movie. I was like, this movie is better than everything everywhere, all at once. Like, all jokes aside, I was
I haven't heard that joke.
no, all jokes aside, I was like, what movies is this better than? This is a better Matrix than The Matrix.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, this is a better. I was like, okay, I love the Batman more. I'm not gonna lie, but this is a better movie than the Batman. I
Oh,
thought.
Honestly, that is one of the most clever movies I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, original, and I haven't
Oh,
seen
yes,
an original
that's-
movie for a really long time.
Especially since we got. It's surprising because we got a multiverse movie back in December,
Mm-hmm.
and this is another multiverse movie, but it was so unique.
Yeah, because here's the thing
love
about movies like Spider-Man: No Way Home and the Batman, that they are amazing, but they are amazing interpretations of something that you already are into. You
Yeah.
understand? It's like, this is the perfect depiction of Spider-Man or Batman. They know what the audience wants. The characterization is spot on, and it has all the fan service. There's none of that head start that this movie has. This movie has to sell you from go on itself. And I thought it was a work of art.
It was beautiful.
that was for you, Pookie.
This movie reminded me of Turning Red. I don't know if you guys can hear
Yeah,
me
we
or
can.
not.
Oh, we're gonna hear you.
Okay, cool.
Just
So
remind
yeah,
me-
so this movie
Oh,
reminded
okay,
me
I
of
see.
Turning Red,
Actually,
but I felt like this movie was had more of a Pixar tone than Turning Red, although it's more
Yeah.
inappropriate and more adultish.
Mhm.
I thought it had more heart.
Can I get an
in
instant
it
replay on that?
than Turning Red.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh no, you
100%.
can't listen to what I'm saying.
So anyone who, particularly our adult audience, who has a chance to check out, if it's still in theaters nearby, wherever
watch
you
it.
are, or
And,
if once it eventually comes to streaming, check out Everything Everywhere.
Go
All
watch
at
And
it,
Once.
you
please.
you miss out if you don't watch it in theater.
I think so too.
And if you fell asleep while watching it, rewatch it.
Yes, that's also good advice. I'm glad I didn't go during that screen because I would have fallen asleep. But
I was
luckily-
wide
Man, I
awake.
sat down
Woo,
and my eyes were burning,
insomnia.
and I'm like, man, this is gonna be painful. I fell asleep for I think 3 minutes. But then when I woke up, there was I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was the animal on top of somebody's.
Oh,
that was my favorite.
That was
no,
my
I'm not gonna
favorite
say
too.
anything, but that was my favorite. Joke
Yeah,
of the
there
movie.
is a bit that is
That was so good.
it's so
Genius.
genius. Yeah, and it's the thing I think about
That's
all
why
the
this
time.
movie's more of a Pixar movie.
That's what you said.
Yeah, that's what he said, and me and Gabriel agreed
Yeah.
voraciously.
We understood.
Yeah.
I was saying that this movie's more of a Pixar movie than Turning
Yeah.
You
Red.
didn't understand what he said?
Yeah,
No, I had no idea what he was.
he
talking
said it
about.
3 times. Dan, listen, be a
I
better
listen.
listener. Yeah. Okay, really quick, just a few things we'll rattle off the top of my head that I know we generated before we go. The Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer came out. Any of you guys saw this?
No.
5-6 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's Kingdom Hearts 4, but the logo looks like it says 3 again.
I really
Did
thought
you
they were making 3
accidentally
again.
say he 3?
Yeah, I accidentally said 3 again because that's what we
Okay.
wrote down. We wrote 3 question mark. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4.
They're
Looks
re-releasing Kingdom Hearts.
Maybe I
3.
should play the games.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you have time because if this is anything like Kingdom Hearts 3, it won't come out for another 8 to 12 years. So you have time to catch up on Kingdom Hearts
Oh,
now. Start right
awesome.
now.
I'll just watch it after not watch it. I'll
Just
play
watch
it after I
gameplay after.
graduate.
Maybe I'll be live streaming by that
I'll be a
point, and you
doctor
guys
by
can
then.
just you can
Then I'll have time.
then you can support our own channel while we live stream it to ourselves.
I'll play with my patients. Hey, this game finally came out.
Yeah,
Also, listen to our podcast.
that's right. We'll still be pimping out our podcast
Heck yeah.
in 10 years time. Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, that should be a rapper's like album to pimp a podcast.
The reptile.
The reptile, yeah.
To pimp a podcast.
Anyways, the big thing that's to get out of this trailer is
Nah,
that
you gotta call it the pimp a podcatcher.
yeah, that's right. To
Pimp a podcast.
For the disgust in his
Ooh, use
face.
the podcast.
Kingdom Hearts 4
Yeah.
may have Star Wars in it, possibly.
Huh?
Yep. There's a little. They go through what looks like the Forest Moon of Endor. There's like part of a AT.
Yeah, you're gonna play through Rise of
80-foot.
Skywalker. It's gonna be sick.
I'm here for it. It'll be better than Rise of Skywalker.
I believe that because they'll
Yep.
probably change the story.
Exactly, like in Lego Star Wars.
I gotta play that game.
Like you
That
saw
game's
when
great.
Leia like gets blown up from the ship in Last Jedi.
Yeah,
So she uses a
fishing
fishing rod to get back onto the
to
ship.
reel
instead of-
herself back
Mhm.
onto the ship.
Yeah. So Lego.
That's
Star Wars.
that's my canon.
Yep,
I
doing the Lord's
subscribe.
work.
What
to
other
that.
video games that reminds you of Legos?
Well, there's a new movie coming out that we talked about in our video game episode. Go back and listen
Jeez,
to.
I had no idea where that transition was going.
There's a movie that we talked about in our episode, Sonic
lied.
and Mario, or Mario and Sonic. Mario and Sonic at the movies.
That was a good title.
Yeah. At the time, we said that Steve Carell would be starring in the Minecraft movie.
And at
like,
the time, he was.
yeah. And like 2 days later, Warner Brothers is like, nah.
They heard us.
Yep. They thought it was a bad idea, I guess, once they heard it out loud. So who's starring in and it wasn't even a bad idea.
Aquaman.
That's right.
I don't understand what this movie's gonna be. Is it
No one.
animated?
I don't think they even
It's a
understand.
crossover. He's gonna be Aquaman in the Minecraft universe.
It's gonna
They
be
already have an
sick.
animated Minecraft, I think, on Netflix. It comes full circle.
Oh, you're right.
Story mode, yeah. That's an animated
It's
Minecraft.
like a choose your own adventure
Mhm.
animated. Oh wow.
But here, I think it's going to be
Let's
a live
cancel
action
that.
film.
Let's cancel everything.
Yeah, Jason Momoa will be starring. I'm even more confused than when we talked about it a few weeks ago.
I don't know what role he's gonna play or is he gonna come to the Minecraft universe? Is he
Is the
gonna be
Minecraft universe
Steve?
going to come to him? Maybe he's going to be everywhere. I forgot the name of
It's
it.
the other way.
Yeah.
Everything.
Everything. Everywhere.
Maybe
all
he's
at
gonna
once.
just be everywhere.
Yeah.
With
all-
scallion cream cheese.
Yep. So
Oh, that
that's
sounds
something to
good.
look forward to. But you know who won't be in it? Ezra Miller. Another. Yeah,
Or-
go ahead.
Or Steve Carell.
Yeah. Well,
For
you know
some
what?
reason.
I'm still not sure.
Actually, we haven't
Wha-
even seen if he's removed from the
Yeah.
project, right?
he
He's
was
just-
not announced when they announced like who was going to be working on it. His name was nowhere to be found all of a sudden. But then watch him like sign up for it again later. So
Yeah.
who
But
knows?
Steve Carell's also gonna be in this new Marvel movie.
I don't think that's accurate.
Oh, it's not.
No.
That was just a blatant lie.
Yeah, that was just
But it
a-
provided a good
an
transition.
excuse
Huh?
for well, I was actually gonna compare Aquaman's Atlantean heritage and his
I thought
chiseled
about that
body
too.
to Thor.
Oh man, that transition lost me too. I'm just along for the ride today, huh?
Oh, for real? I did not know where that was going.
Thor 4, the trailer.
To be
Thor-
fair, they're looking at the trailer and we're not.
Thor, Love and Thunder. What'd you guys think about this trailer?
Great trailer, horrible poster. I will not
Ooh.
elaborate because I'm tired of people making fun of me.
Dan hates movie posters.
Yeah, apparently.
I hate movie posters.
I only hate Sony movie posters. You heard me, Sony.
You guys didn't. Do you guys like the Batman movie poster? Because I thought that was.
Oh wait,
kinda
the
bad.
one with the question mark over like
The
the
first
target
one was
over
good.
his face? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
bad. That was a bad
Yeah,
poster.
the question
that
mark
one
one.
Nah, but the thing is that they had so many other great posters. I don't know why they went with that one as a
Yeah.
theatrical one.
Yeah. I like all the marketing except for the one they're using now with the orange, like and just like all the stars on
Yeah,
it.
it's-
Yeah. Oh, that's the one you're talking
Yeah,
about?
the question mark. one.
yeah,
That's the
that
question
one.
mark?
Yeah, that one
Oh, okay,
sucks.
yeah. Yeah, I don't. Well, I know why they do it. I know why
They want
do
to show
it.
off the cast, right?
Exactly. They have
Yeah.
want to show off the
They
cast.
could've
They've
done a
already
better
sold
job.
everyone who they're gonna sell the vision to the movie of is already bought in. Now they want you to see a bunch of famous people lined up together
in a circle
yeah,
and just
yeah,
their
to
faces.
convince you. Yeah. So
And they have to be like, that's Colin Farrell.
and the Thor poster, I liked it especially because they made 2 of them, one with him and one with her.
I did like that.
his and hers.
I like that idea.
People
So Rita,
do not like this choice.
Of what?
Because people
Of-
suck.
Yeah, Natalie Portman coming back.
Who does not
As
like
Jane
this?
Thor.
She looks amazing.
Who doesn't
Looks
like this?
Great.
She's like
She looks-
jacked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
looks,
looks
awesome.
amazing. Her
Wait,
suit
I'm so
looks
confused. You
amazing.
said that like people don't like this choice?
Misogynists on Twitter do not
Oh,
like it.
okay.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of people on Twitter don't like it.
that's okay. But I have recently been informed that an independent study has proven that the majority of criticism for Natalie Portman as Thor is an army of bots managed by certain individual accounts. And the real question that you need to ask yourself is, who would pay all this
this
money?
No one's gonna get that joke.
I think if we're asking who's going to pay all that money, I'm going to say this new guy from HBO
Discovery,
Max,
right?
man.
David
Yeah,
Slash
Discovery guys been doing
Discovery
this.
Media is leading in
Huh?
agenda.
yeah, a disinformation campaign against Marvel.
What?
Okay, well, we weren't going to talk about this, but I guess really quick I'll explain that joke. Tony Khan, the owner of AEW, tweeted something along those lines that he had an analytics company do an independent study that proves that most of the like negative talk about AEW is from certain specific accounts that's all they do,
Whoa.
and
you
then an
weren't gonna
army of
explain that to me. You were just gonna drop
said-
that joke and
well, I
have
sent
me.
this in the chat and nobody like responded to it, so I just
I'm
let
sorry.
it live.
It's been
It's
it's been a crazy week.
Yeah, it's been a crazy month. That was several weeks ago.
Were we supposed to respond to that?
But
My bad.
But anyways, this was like a hot, controversial like debate among wrestling circles because they were
That's
like,
funny.
But the reality is that this is the world that we live in, with most of our social media like conversation being controlled by bots and targeted accounts. It doesn't mean that everyone on the internet is fake, but it also that means that like
everyone
not
on the internet is fake.
Well, that's true too, but I mean there might be real people acting fake.
No,
But-
they are all fake.
They're just all bots and targeted accounts. The reality is that you can't really trust the discourse online because unless you're doing your research and like following everybody, you got to figure out who's doing what and who's saying what. So a lot of the negativity spreads quickly, but I think this film looks great. And from
Yeah.
the people that have, of
I
all
think it looks
ages,
beautiful, man.
yeah,
Hype.
everybody seems to think that the trailer really made
I get a training
it really-
montage.
yeah,
Bro, him swinging the chains
yeah.
with his
Oh,
belly.
I
and
thought
his
music
hat.
choice was awesome too.
Something to look forward. I think I messaged you guys that I got like
Chills.
He fell
stress.
to his knees.
Yeah, I
never
fell
mind.
to my knees in the park. And I had a mini panic attack because I thought about staying up and buying tickets for this movie when I haven't even seen Doctor
No.
Strange yet.
You just
When did tickets come
my
out?
blood pressure just rose.
Yeah, no, it's the anxiety of when will tickets come out, then finding out when tickets come out, then stopping my life either in the middle
Guys,
of the night.
I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, I
no. But to be honest though, like I woke up the day of
Yeah,
that they sold the tickets and I was at work and it was
Uh-huh.
like an hour after the tickets had dropped and I had no clue.
yeah.
You guys were all panicking and I completely had and I'm usually the one that's like there until like 2 in
You're
the morning.
usually
trying to
our
get
rock.
tickets.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. Like I just was not thinking about it completely. I spaced it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see you guys all panicking, and I'm like, "Oh no, what's happened?
we just
What have I-
lose?
Did we just lose?" And that was a whole ordeal. And this is just a message to AMC: get your stuff together.
Yeah,
man.
for real, man. Like
That app needs to stop going down, man.
Yeah,
you need an overhaul.
You got your little update. You updated your designs for your seats. Come on, do
Listen, buy more servers. We don't care that it's destroying the environment. I want my tickets in a timely manner.
better. For real. Though.
Happy
So
Earth
build
Day.
another data center, all right? What did you say, Dan?
I said Happy Earth Day.
Oh, that was weeks ago, Dan. It's clearly
Oh,
May 2nd.
You're right.
Yeah,
Just
move on.
My
Move
watch
forward.
is off.
Moving on.
we love to end our monthly with
Transition.
recommendations for what our listeners or viewers, if you ask Link, should either listen to or watch from what we've
I always remember.
consumed this month.
Dang, all right. I kind
So-
of wanted to talk about the Red Hot Chili Peppers album, but I guess
Oh, that's your recommendation? The Red Hot Chili
No,
Peppers
it's not my
album? All right,
recommendation.
Dan wants all of
my
us to talk-
recommendation is "The Getaway" by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. This was not planned. This is not on the agenda, but we hardly ever talk about music here, although I
We
do
should.
think it's a big part, of our lives. What was your
Is that
reaction
the
to
song
the
or
new,
the album?
the new
Well,
album?
You're talking about
The
the
new
Getaway,
album.
the song?
No.
Yeah, it
he's,
was a joke. Instead
he's
of,
recommending the previous album.
Okay.
What did you think of this album?
I liked it. There were hits and there were misses for me.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody else
crazy
listen to
about
the
it.
whole album?
Yeah, I
haven't
listened to it.
listened to like the last like 3 songs.
I listened to.
I think the first half is stronger than the bottom half, if I'm being honest.
I listened to the first 3/4 of the album.
I think that's a typical Chili Peppers
That's fair.
album for
That's
you. then.
true. That's true. But over time, it evens out in my mind because when Californication and By the Way came out, I felt the same way, and then just over time, it just kind of evened out. Like, no, the album's good all around. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
I
know
think I'll
Stadium.
come I mean, I love the other albums.
I think Stadium
Like-
Arcadium is my favorite.
This album's gonna take a little while to grow. on me.
Yeah, exactly.
think.
I agree. I think
On-
there are some that I'm just still not really into.
Unlike some people, I really enjoyed The Getaway, and
No, wait, I agree with that. The Getaway is actually my favorite album, which is a hot take.
that is a hot take, but I
And
don't
I'll stand by it.
discredit it. No, I that's fair.
It's not a hot take because Frusciante's in it.
No, The Getaway,
What?
He's not in it.
The Getaway,
That's why it's a hot
the
take.
previous album.
Oh wait, there's another. There's another album.
My COVID brain is really affecting Link right now.
The
Wait, that's not the name of this album. What's the name of it?
No,
it's
that's-
Unlimited
Yeah,
Love,
The
right?
Unlimited
last
Love.
one was The Getaway with Josh.
Yeah, we love The Getaway, and I like
Oh, I did not
I
listen
don't.
to that.
I like Josh.
I'm
good.
With You. I think The Getaway's better than I'm With You,
It is.
but I like
I agree.
I'm With You, and I have.
But
a
I'm
very
with you
soft
was
spot.
I'm with you. That was my first concert that I went
Yes,
to. So
yes.
Oh, that's fair.
I went to the concert, and we went to go see it like performed like live. We weren't there, but they were on the screen in the theater with like an audience, and that was a super fun experience.
Did you go for the Getaway?
I did not go for The
No,
Getaway.
okay.
Yeah. So,
But we're going to lose.
but I like the Josh era.
Wait,
I like
wait, didn't you
Josh
go,
too.
Didn't you go to the Getaway? Didn't you go?
Oh,
with,
we did
your
go to The
friend?
Getaway. Yeah, you're right.
Nice.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Did
I
you
was
enjoy
talking
that
about
one?
the movie experience. Yeah, I went to both concerts.
Did you like that one better than?
Yeah, I did
than
like
the
the
first-
Getaway concert better because I had
Mm.
much better seats.
Oh,
Yeah, I was in the nosebleeds for I'm With You, and I was
man,
practically
that
front
was
row
such a
for it.
special occasion. That was not my first concert. It was one of my first concerts.
Mhm.
But I'm excited to see them though.
Yeah,
Come
they're
on.
great.
Wow, it's crazy that we're all going to that.
Yeah, we're all going. Yay! S4M.
Yeah, Leanne too.
Oh, that's
stadium.
right. It's the
Dubs.
the entire team.
That's right.
Nice. I'm excited for that.
Shout out to Leani. So what are your recommendations this month?
Am I starting?
Sure. No, you already said The Getaway.
That was your recommendation. You have no more.
All right,
I'm
then
taking
I
up
have
the rest of
3
your spots.
recommendations.
No, they have a limit to 1. Okay, what are your 3 recommendations?
I have unlimited recommend. No, okay.
all you can eat. Free refills?
So my first recommendation is Bone. If you haven't read it, please go
Ah,
read it. If you're
shout
into
out Bone.
comics,
Netflix show.
shout out Jeff
Also
Smith.
book.
I'm probably gonna read Tuki, his current project.
Oh, I
just to
thought you were
support
gonna
him.
read Tupuki.
I'm gonna read it to
I
Pookie,
kind of want to see this.
but
That's
Yeah,
its own live
um,
stream.
go check out Bone and also
Bone.
go check out Winning Time on HBO Max.
I've
it's
heard good
fantastic.
things. I haven't got
If you
around
like
to it.
basketball or if you like history, I guess. Is it?
Yeah. If you just like docudramas, right?
Yeah.
Because I had my brother told me, I'm never gonna watch that because I don't like basketball. And I'm like, you don't have to like basketball. Don't you watch a ton of movies about stuff you don't care about?
Yeah, you absolutely do not have to
Yeah.
like basketball. But if you do, it's even better.
It's even better, right? Okay. Link?
Also, wait, you have
Oh.
please be 18. please be an adult. I have
Yeah.
to say that.
At this point, just don't watch HBO, okay? If you're a kid, just don't listen to any of our HBO chatter.
Yeah, please be an adult person. Okay, thank you.
Middle schoolers getting ready to log in.
Oh no, sixth graders booting up HBO Max as we speak. Link, what are your recommendations before you log off?
My recommendation is everywhere. Oh, snap! I forgot
Everything?
the movie. COVID brain.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, everything, and all at once.
Okay, let's try this one more time.
Everything,
Here we
everywhere,
go. One more time. Ready?
everything, everywhere, and all at once.
Well, there's no
Yes.
and, but yes.
And all
All
at
at, I'm
once.
sorry. Everything, everywhere, all at
Yeah.
once.
That's the name as far as I'm
I
concerned.
think it's a rated R version of a Pixar movie, so it's awesome.
if you are
That's what he
18, go
said.
watch it.
Now we finally all know what Link said.
If you are an adult person, you can go watch it.
It is a better Matrix.
Yeah, like I said,
feel
this
about
is my movie of the year so far. So go watch it. Do yourself a favor.
I forgot what my recommendation
Your
was.
your recommendation.
Oh, I read Moon Knight by
There you go.
Warren Ellis. If you're watching Moon Knight and you're enjoying it, check out the Warren Ellis run. It's
No.
gonna put Mr. Knight into perspective.
Actually, I do want.
Says
I do
no.
want to.
Yeah. If you're not,
I didn't care about that
If
one.
you're not enjoying it, you didn't care about that run. Is that what you said? You read it and
Yeah.
you weren't impressed. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
I think it's.
maybe because I wasn't impressed with the character Moonlight. Period.
Oh,
So
that's okay.
Listen,
Well,
I, guess
I think
we'll
Warren-
dive
I'm- War-
deeper. in
yeah,
that later.
Warren Ellis is one of my favorite writers. I think his Moon Knight is very good. I think this informs the show very well. And my other recommendation for this month was
Was it a movie? Let's play a guessing game.
I don't remember.
Euphoria.
Nope, it wasn't that
Was it
for
a-
sure.
Was it a TV show?
Okay, I guess that's my recommendation. Forget it. I
Is this
forgot.
just like
It'll be on
20
socials because
questions?
at that time he'll remember it.
Okay.
My
What'd you watch,
recommendation is now you made me space. No, my recommendation.
We all have COVID brain.
Was okay. Haikyuu was one of them.
Mm-hmm. Which is what?
A volleyball anime,
Okay.
fantastic.
They're nice.
They are in high school. It's about kids, I
High
guess.
school students can watch
Yeah.
this. Yeah, middle school students can
Um,
watch
If you're a middle school or high school teacher, you might want to avoid it.
Oh, Tokyo
You might
Vice.
be tired of kids.
oh, Danny, I guess you listened to our anime episodes the past couple of weeks. Check out those two if you haven't already.
Sorry, I'm still not over it. I'm sorry, Gabriel. Carry on.
It's okay. Tokyo Vice is my other recommendation.
HBO Max.
HBO Max. So middle
If you are an
schoolers-
adult
I
person,
gave you a kids. I gave you a young adult suggestion
Mhm.
and an adult suggestion.
Oh,
It's not a young adult.
Gabe is for the
suggestion.
kids. What? Young adults can't watch haiku? Oh,
Um,
okay.
I didn't want to belittle them and call them kids.
I don't know why I thought that was funny. I'm
Why
sorry.
are you laughing? It's making me laugh. I don't even-
Am I allowed to watch
I don't
haiku?
know.
What's happening?
Haikyuu, sorry.
Haiku? I'm sorry.
I guess that's
Oh, that's what's
That's why I'm
funny.
laughing. You
That's
call
why,
it
Oh.
that's why you're hearing his distorted laughing.
That.
I don't know why I thought you get so funny. I'm so sorry.
The funny thing is, like, his face is like frozen, so it's like
Yeah, we're just staring at your frozen face.
he just has this like upset face right now.
Yeah.
But he's laughing.
You're like disgusted, and then just laughter in the background. Go ahead.
So Haikyuu and
now
Tokyo
I'm
Vice.
dying.
All right, haiku.
Apparently not a young adult suggestion. It's a young person suggestion.
Okay.
Any person suggestion.
I remember what my other and
Boom,
this
you
was
see?
and this was recommended by one of my favorite students, which I won't name here. 101 essays that will change the way you think. I'm pretty sure that's the title. I'm about 30 essays in, and it's great. It's fantastic. It's
Wait,
not
what
a
is
self.
that? Is that a book?
Yeah, it's
No,
a
you
book.
said it right.
Yeah, it's by. You remember the author's name?
Gandhi.
That sounds nice.
It is not.
What's
by,
that about?
Shouldn't it be by different authors?
That's what I
Shouldn't it be
thought.
different
I thought it
essays,
was
or is
by
it-
different because
It's
that would
all
make
one
sense.
person.
Yeah,
This
it's all
one
one
guy
person.
wrote
100.
100
Yeah, it's
essays?
Brianna West.
That's all.
This
Yo,
is-
Brianna, shout out.
Does she have nothing else
Yeah,
to
shout
do?
out. No, I mean to
She-
write a
That
book.
might be
That's
her
really great.
job.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did really great. It's 101 essays that will change the way you think by Brianna West. I'm
Hey,
sorry,
she can write well. She should take over
Weist.
DC.
Sorry. Well, she should take over what?
DC. She should
I
be the
agree.
Green
Oh.
Feige.
I don't know though. Let's give Hermione a chance.
Okay, you're right.
Okay. So it's not a self-help book. It's not a motivational book. Like I said, it's structured in essays, just as the title suggests. But I just think it's it's illuminating and enlightening. And it just makes you think about thinking, which I'm really into, that metacognitive process.
Send me that.
All right, we'll do for sure.
Yeah, 8 episodes in.
That-
8 essays in. And I agree.
Mm.
I think it's really good.
Yeah, I shared this with Gabe.
Oh, I want to
and-
read that.
Yeah, all right. So something
You
we
didn't
could read
share it with
together.
me?
So that's my recommendation for
Kinda
all of
hurt.
us on the show. You too, Leani.
Yeah, and now that we've given you our recommendations, we actually want to hear from you, the people. Over the course of the next couple of days, either on social media or if you're listening on Spotify, we're going to be giving you the option to answer a Q&A section on topics that you would like to hear, which in the coming weeks, we will actually be doing an episode upon those topics, whichever we end up choosing, whichever gets the most votes. So please check us out on social media, S4M Podcast on all major socials, or on Spotify or whatever podcatcher you're listening to. I said podcatcher, you think?
No, listen, we're not making that a thing.
We don't have to make it a thing because it's already a thing, Link. I didn't make it up.
It's not a thing. It's not a thing I've never heard anyone say.
So I guess all your experiences
pimp a
anecdotally
podcatcher.
shape your perspective of the world around you. You need to read 101 essays that will change the way you think, Link.
That was
You
a
need to
good way
read
to end the
Bone.
episode. Have a great week, everybody. And just remember, keep on searching.